Once upon a time, in a quiet village wrapped in dusty winds and golden wheat fields, lived a 22-year-old boy named Arjun. He had just completed his studies. Everyone thought he'd step into the world now, get a job, build a career, support his family. That's what his father hoped too. Arjun's father was a farmer, not poor but always on the edge. He owned a small piece of land, 2 cows, and an old tractor that broke down more often than it worked. Every day before the first light of dawn, his father would tie a cloth around his head, grab his rusty tools, and walk into the fields, rain or shine. No complaints, no holidays. Just quiet work, and quiet hope. Hope that his son, his only son, would live a better life. Not under the sun, not on the soil, but somewhere safe, respected and free. But Arjun was stuck. He had the degree, the marks, the certificate framed on the wall, but inside, he felt empty. No job, no plan, no fire. He woke up late, spent hours scrolling his phone, watched random videos, told himself, I'll figure it out soon. But days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. His father never shouted, but Arjun could feel it, in the quiet glances, in the sighs after dinner, in the way his father looked at his cracked hands, and then at his son sitting idle on the cot. That silence was louder than any scream, and it began eating Arjun from within. One evening, after another awkward conversation at home, the kind where no one says much, but both feel everything, Arjun left. He didn't pack anything, he just walked. The village roads were empty, the sun was slipping behind the hills. He kept walking, past the fields, past the old well, past the memory of everything he was avoiding. After a long time, he reached a quiet place near the edge of the forest. There, beneath a giant banyan tree, sat an old monk, eyes closed, breathing slow, as if time itself had paused around him. Arjun didn't plan to speak, but when the monk slowly opened his eyes and said, "You look heavy," Arjun's chest cracked open. "I don't know what's wrong," he said softly. "I said finished my studies, but I feel stuck. I know I should be doing something, but I keep wasting time. I feel tired all the time, guilty all the time, and yet, I can set move." The monk smiled gently. "You're not tired, child. You're trapped." "Trapped?" Arjun asked. The monk stood up, stretched his arm toward a narrow forest path and said, "Come with me." They walked until they reached a dark, cold cave. There was nothing inside, just bare stone, silence, and the faint smell of earth. "This is the cave of truth," the monk said. "You will stay here tonight, alone." Arjun stepped back. "But, there's nothing here." "Exactly," said the monk. "That's why it shows you everything." Before Arjun could say more, the monk turned and left. That night was the longest of Arjun's life. No lights, no phone, no bed, just darkness, and thoughts. For the first few hours he paced, sat, lay down, got up again, tried to sleep, failed, and slowly as the night grew colder the truth grew louder. He wasn't stuck because he lacked opportunity. He wasn't lost because life was unfair. He was simply too comfortable. Comfort had become his cage, waking up late, blaming circumstances, telling himself I'll start soon, but he never started. Because comfort doesn't push, it soothes. It doesn't scream, it whispers, "You're okay like this, rest a little more," and in chasing peace, he had lost purpose. Suddenly, memories of his father flashed in his mind, bent over in the fields, covered in sweat, hands cracked and calloused, carrying the weight of hope. And here he was, wasting the very future his father had bled to give him. Tears welled up in his eyes. He wasn't afraid of failure. He was addicted to ease. And now he saw it clearly. His real enemy wasn't fear. It was comfort. When morning came, light crept into the cave like truth through denial. The monk returned. Arjun was already waiting outside, eyes red but clear. "I saw it," Arjun said. "The truth." The monk nodded. "Say it aloud." "My comfort zone was not peace. It was poison. I was hiding from life, calling it rest, but deep down, I was losing myself." The monk smiled. "Then you are ready to live." From that day, Arjun's life didn't change overnight, but it started moving. He woke up early, helped his father in the fields, not out of guilt, but out of gratitude. He applied for jobs, took rejections, learned new skills, failed sometimes, but he never went back to that empty comfort again. Because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And maybe you, listening to this, are just like Arjun, not broken, not weak, just comfortable. You tell yourself you need more time, more motivation, but what you really need is to step out, even when it's hard, even when it's uncertain, even when it's slow. Because that soft, warm, peaceful comfort zone, it's not protecting you, it's killing you quietly. Your comfort zone is your real enemy, and your best life, it's waiting for you, just one hard step outside it. So ask yourself, what is one uncomfortable thing you've been avoiding? Now go and do it, even if it's messy, even if you're afraid, even if no one claps, because that's how you escape the cave, and finally start living.